And even though we're trying just to get them to see that, what I'm saying, everybody's messed up in the head and we're all the same. We're trying to get them to, well, hopefully people are doing it to try to get them to show that we're equal, but you can't show them that they're equal to us unless you really show them. And the only way to show them is, you know, when it happens to them, what I'm saying, we gotta really tell them, like, F this Christian Bible. It might be 50% true, 50% false. I can go through all this. If I go through it, I haven't read it. I've got a bad memory. I go through it, I'll pick it apart like a turkey dinner. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. These Christians hate me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I was raised up to be a Christian, and I've just been in fear my whole life that if I don't say I'm a Christian, people ain't gonna think I'm a good person. So I run around saying, yeah, I'm a Christian. I use everything I can. Every trick in the book I use. I'm a Christian. Don't tag me. And really deep down, I'm thinking, what the hell can I do to convince these people? You know what I'm saying? They're Christians. I say I'm a Christian. Then they can't argue with me. You know what I'm saying? I'll do anything. I say, well, you ain't a fucking patriot. You're a terrorist or anything I can do. So I would tell people, yo, I'm a Christian. Just because, that's just one way to manipulate them. And just one way they can't argue, if they're arguing with you, what the hell's wrong with you? Why don't you go move to another country, like the U.S. or something, and, they just attack you and stuff like that. But, so I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, but we got to get it back to the point that, so we're not protecting our most broken children. And, now we got to make up for it, we got to make up for our wrongs. And the number one wrong is pushing this Judeo-Christian Bible on these kids that's full of hate. You know what I'm saying? It's a Jewish Bible. All these Christians are less than the Jews because the Jews the Hebrews rewrote that Bible, and they wrote the Christian Bible so that we could be subservient to them. Somebody writes our Bible, of course they're going to be better than us. You know what I'm saying? They're going to write a Bible and have people be lesser than us. They're trying to control people. The Quran was written 400 years after Jesus supposedly died, so 400 or 500 years. And, the Quran doesn't tell everything about Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? There's other stories out there where, what I'm saying, they contradict what they're saying in the Quran that says, don't have any slaves, and Jesus was a prophet just like Muhammad. Moses was out there, they talk about Moses in there, and it just talks about in the Quran, just how to be a good person, kind of like what it talks about in the Christian Bible. That's why so many Christians love it, because they talk about all the good stuff in it, and then I guess they just forget about all the bad stuff. But the Quran does the same thing. It talks about all the good stuff. It doesn't talk about too much bad stuff, but it talks about all the good stuff and how you're supposed to be. But it talks about freeing your slaves and stuff like that, and just doing the right thing. And it talks about something totally different that they say in Islamic law. So Islamic law is just a bunch of bullshit, like the Christian right wings, or Christian Catholic Church, or the Mormons. They make their own rules up. Islamic law is just what they want to push on the rest of society, because nowhere in the Quran does it say you got to cover your face up. Women have to cover their face up. It talks about not having slaves, and they're just enslaving these women where they can't say anything. I don't know what else they do over there, over there, genital mutilation or whatever. It doesn't say nothing like that in the Quran. But the thing is, it also doesn't have any stories about Muhammad. They had a bunch of stories where they say he had like a bunch of wives and he had a bunch of money. And, I've heard different stories about why the Quran was written. So I just don't, I can't believe in the Quran either, but it has good shit in there. But you being a Christian, or anybody being, saying you're Jewish, well, I don't know if you can be Jewish, because, they go pretty hard against these Jews in the Quran. But any one of us, like, and all the Christians and stuff like that, anybody who loves God is a Muslim, it says in there. So all of these Islamic, jihadist guys, they're different than the Muslims. They can't ever touch any Christian that, is a true lover of God. You love God, they can't touch you because you're a Muslim. Muslim just means that, you're a lover of God, and you know what I'm saying? And so I made one of the videos I made a long time ago that they arrested was about that. It was real weird. I started making a video about Muslims and Islamic law. I was like, there ain't no fucking buddy watching these videos and shit. I was like, I'll just make this video. I was in downtown Phoenix by the Bank One ballpark in the Phoenix Sun Stadium. There's a bunch of people out. There's this drunk cat, African cat from Sudan or something like that. Real skinny and all drunk. And so I started making the video. I'm like, fuck Islam. Fuck all that shit. I don't give a fuck. I've been talking shit about everybody. I ain't leaving nobody out. So, you know what I'm saying? He ran up and he said, whoa, 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 whoa. You can't say whoa. You say, what? First off, well, fuck, you know what the fuck I'm saying about what and when. And I said, second off, you can't touch me, brother. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I'm a Muslim.